Great God day to you all, and welcome back to the Too Good to Be True series on the Hey You, Get Out of the Porta Potty channel. And in case you need a reminder of what in the heck that means, when I was a youngster, got stuck in a porta potty, had it flipped over, came out of the porta potty, my shirt and my self-esteem was covered in crap for most of my life till my daughter gave me a card calling me the greatest dad in the world. That helped me erase the wounds of the past, not be a prisoner of the past, but to only be a product of the past and to essentially get out of the porta potty. And Kaylee wanted that to be the title of our channel. I'll never forget when I was first getting out of my own metaphorical porta potty. I was studying Albert Einstein. And Einstein basically asked the question, do you believe you live in a hostile world, or do you believe you live in a loving world? Because whichever one you believe in, that's the one you're going to get. And I choose every day to believe I live in a loving world. Not a perfect world, but a loving world that I can cast my light on. And I'd like to cast some light on you in this video and share with you a story. In the month of April, on a Tuesday morning, I was getting ready to go on a big coaching call with a mortgage company I work with. Literally helped them grow from 164 to 230 million last year, and didn't even talk about mortgages one time. We just talked about who we need to be as people, and it stimulated all the growth that was necessary. But literally, 30 minutes before I'm getting ready to get on this big group call, I found out one of my great friends had died the previous day. P.T. Barnum, the show must go on. I completed my coaching call, and I was about to offer my condolences to the family, see if I could be of assistance, when I got a barrage of phone calls from my mother. Now, my mom and I talk all the time, but she usually doesn't do the barrage of calls, which led me to believe something bad was off. I took the call as soon as I could, and my mom explained to me that my dad needed to have emergency heart surgery, that his widowmaker was blocked at 99%. Like, he literally could drop dead at any moment. That was a Tuesday. Because so many people were backlogged on surgeries from COVID, the soonest they could do it was Friday, at which point they were going to do a heart cath and, try to get a stent in. That surgery was I don't know if you'd call it a failure. It wasn't adequate. So they then were going to do a more aggressive experimental surgery that Sunday. So that Saturday, I'm talking to my dad. And this is, listen, sorry, the puppy was barking. And I'm going to go right through it, though, because the show must go on. I'm sitting there with my dad. It didn't look good. 99% blockage. A lot of doubt. And I sat there with my dad, and I said, is there anything that you want to tell me that you've never said in our whole lives? And I'm 48, he's 75. And we both just sat there and cried a bit. But at the end of it, there was nothing that he had left unsaid with me. I knew how much my dad loved me. And then he asked me the same question. Is there anything that you want to say to me that you've never said? And I told my dad, I laughed, and I said, I know you don't even know what it is I do professionally, which is kind of funny, but it's okay. And I said, there's nothing that I want to tell you, Dad. Because two of the questions that I ask all of my clients on their quest to be the greatest versions of themselves, being who God created them to be, I ask all of my clients, what's one relationship that you would make better if you could. Now, I know when I'm coaching them that whatever the answer is to that, whether or not they directly choose to work on that, I know I'm working on it with them. Because once again, all of man's hurts come from relationships, and thus all of our healing will come from relationships. And I knew when I started asking that question long ago, my own number one answer was my dad. Now, my dad did a great job, but his family had come out of the Great Depression, and they had kind of slipped into that mode that the role of a dad is as a provider. And it's not, I mean, it's important, don't get me wrong, but dads are mainly there for emotional support, and I didn't get that. And it's not a reflection on my dad. He did the best he could. As a parent, I'm not perfect. I do the best I can. But I had fixed that relationship with him. And then the second question I ask my clients is this one. If someone in your life was going to be dead next week, is there anyone that you'd be treating differently? Now, outside of we'd go to Disney or eat a bunch of bad food, we're talking about fundamentally changing the way that you would love people. And I said, Dad, I ask my clients that all the time. And I said, to be too good to be true, Dad, there cannot be an answer to either of those questions. And I said, Dad, you know how much I love you. Of course, I'm going to tell you I love you again right now, but there's nothing that I would leave unsaid. To be too good to be true, make sure there's no answers to either of those two questions, and don't leave things left unsaid, or you're not going to get there. And that, my friends, is today's lesson. To be too good to be true. If there's a relationship that you need to work on it, do it right now. And if there's anyone in your life who is going to be dead next week and you'd treat them differently, don't let death be that teacher. We don't know the time. We don't know the place. Go treat them that way right now. Be too good to be true. There's nothing more important in life than your relationships. And lastly, remember to surround yourself with kings and queens in the kingdom of the King of Kings. And don't surround yourself with any codependence. Life won't turn out well. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, please share. We need you so badly to help spread our channel, because the tech gods don't like us because we actually help people be better. We'll see you next time.